very good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the biggest show, of course. At the drive time, of course, it's called the Farm Drive Show here at Africa Farmers Media. I was about to say at the drive, at the drive farm. And then I was, oh wow, interesting. It's not every show that is a drive farm, but actually, welcome to the show, Joanne.
Thank you very much.
All right.
Yes.
I'll be your captain today, Brian Mwanda, and she'll be my co-pilot today. And expert, of course. Joanne, today we're going to talk about very interesting things, very sweet things, I would want to say.
True.
Yeah, and Joanne, I don't know what you've been doing over the Easter period. What have you been doing, by the way?
I had a few engagements. I traveled home.
Okay.
Tukakula mbuzi kidogo.
Okay.
Basically that was it. Family time. Yes.
Actually, I don't know why Easter is always seen as family time. Why is Easter seen as family time?
I don't know. But it's just family time.
It's just family time.
Just family time.
All right.
Unless you have a better answer.
I don't know, but I think it's by the mere fact that it's a long weekend.
Okay.
And people somehow always want to utilize long weekends for family time. And I see this when maybe many families always get together and celebrate. I don't know what they're celebrating, but they do celebrate.
True.
And most of these Easter holidays, Christmas holidays are religious. So I think religion and family
One thing.
concepts close to the same thing.
Yes.
So for me, up and down, traveling but not home.
Okay. Where?
Yeah.
We know where.
No.
Why?
Just on the roads, trying to see which road goes where.
Oh.
Yeah, basically. And
So a road
trying to
trip.
know what's the worst that can happen when you step on the pedal.
Ah, okay.
When you step on the gas. But way above that, I think it's a very good thing. Of course, you're back. Again, yesterday was the first show of the week.
True.
But today, of course, yesterday was the first show of the week in terms of after the holiday. But today, we're here talking about something that I'm sure was in most of the dining tables of very many Kenyans. Actually, not just only Kenyans, but in different places.
True.
But this thing we want to talk about is derived from the farm. Can be eaten raw, can be eaten ripe, right? And we've seen very many things. We've seen so much magic happen over this product we're about to talk about. And it is a product that once you eat in the morning, the whole day you're going to be happy. I don't know why, because there's a place that we do eat here, and then I come to tell this guy, but then unajua ukikula quote unquote ndizi utamgo ukiwa umebambika sana the whole day. And the guy tried, and then yesterday he told me, by then nilikula jana hadi sasa hivi umeona nimebambika. So guys, ladies and gentlemen, today we're going to talk about bananas.
True.
Bananas, it's as simple as that. I'm sure tumekula tukiwa watoto sana.
Hey.
It is one of those foods that can be easily inaitagwaje ile kenye mama zetu utufanyia
Kumash.
Yeah, kumash.
What are you doing?
Yeah, you don't know, but guys. But again, we may only interact with bananas only once. Tuliambiwa baadaye tukulage bananas kama njugu. For some reason or another. So yeah, kwa mkono unangoa. Yes. So today we have a very sweet topic.
Yes,
quote
sweet
unquote.
topic.
So it's all about bananas. I don't know what age did you start eating bananas?
I think I have no idea. But basically, I remember my mom used to say, okay, it might seem a bit weird, but what they used to do, they used to chew it. They used to chew it.
Oh.
Because during those times, they didn't have the facilities or the resources to actually mash it. So they chew it. Like you unajua mate ya mamako ni it's okay for you.
Yeah, they're from the
Mdogo.
same genes, either way.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So before akienda kuendea maji, by the time anarudi it's soft enough and you eat it.
Wow.
You've
Okay,
never
guys.
heard of that?
Oh, okay. Guys,
No, be honest. Be honest.
no, I've never had the fact that me, I've always known they're always mashed.
Yeah, there are different ways of mashing.
And you can also use your chin to mash.
Basically, that is what used to happen. Go ask your grandma. Go ask your great grandparents. That is what they used to do.
Oh,
Because
wow.
they didn't have the utensils. They didn't have the utensils.
It doesn't need so much magic.
Yes,
Mashing, just putting somewhere and then something to crush and boom. You
exactly.
have it.
They didn't have that.
Okay.
The only thing they had was teeth.
All
And they
right.
utilized it.
All right. Fair enough, John. And today we want to cover two different things about these bananas,
Okay.
ripe and unripe. But way before that, Joan here, ladies and gentlemen, did study value addition while in campus. She did as a project
Yeah, basically.
Bananas.
Yes.
value addition on bananas specifically. On
Actually,
ripe
did
and
the
unripe.
impact of value addition on
The
bananas.
impact
Yes.
of value addition on bananas.
Yes.
So that's exactly what we're going to talk about here. What you found out, and some of those things we've researched, and some of those things we also see in our markets today.
Yes.
And also, you can be part of this conversation by visiting, of course, Africa Farmers Media on Facebook. You can also go to Africa Farmers Club, where we're streaming live too. I think I want to believe that the link has also been shared there. Also on Twitter, it's Afarmers, right?
Farmers.
Also on Instagram, Afarmers. On LinkedIn, Afarmers also. So you can also be part of this conversation. And the question is, what do you do with your bananas after harvesting them? Might be ripe, might not be ripe. You know, the conversation today is all about what you do with your bananas once you harvest. Well, as I told you, bananas are feel-good hormones, and I don't know why it didn't hit me. I wish we would come with bananas here, and it will do magic on this show today. But again, we set up for this conversation because either way,
I think I'm going to tell Mercy for our hot breakfast show. We'll be starting with bananas every morning.
yeah, again, you know,
For the good vibes.
One thing I do love about this show is it does bring in ideas for other shows, you know.
Wow, man.
One, it's long since I ever drew shades.
It's okay. Well taken.
All right, so bananas, how they come from the farm, and we're putting ourselves in the shoe of the farmer and also the consumer.
Yes.
As we always want to talk about it, let's break down this topic, and by breaking down, we want to talk about what a bunch of bananas, the number of for example, the number of bananas in a bunch. Unaona ile inaitwaje kwa Kiswahili? I only know in English. The big bunch.
I think we need Diana for that.
Oh yeah, Dana Shajara. Dana angecrack you akiwa na Peter. Si tumekuja tukapia. We're going back, guys.
Yeah.
So one bunch of bananas will have about 200 bananas. About 200.
Bunch or the whole trunk.
Oh, it's a trunk.
Yeah, I think
Oh,
it's
the
a
whole trunk, right?
Yeah, the whole thing.
The whole thing.
Yes.
It's not a bunch.
No, the bunch is the
The bunch is kale around kamoja.
yes.
Okay. So now that's a trunk. Now a trunk of bananas will have 200 bananas, right? On count. And then of course they're fetching different prices in the market, both ripe and unripe. But today we want to start with the business of ripe bananas. Value addition on bananas, of course. And once you talk about value addition on bananas, there are four or five key activities that you can do with bananas. You can do transportation, and as you understand, I know you understand value addition. Value addition can be as simple as the process next after harvesting.
Yes.
You can store, you can transport, you can package and repackage,
True.
you can maximize. You're going to explain to us what maximizing is. And then you can also let them ripen.
True.
Yeah.
Yes.
And the aspect of ripening brings in the talk about, you know, ripe bananas versus unripe bananas, which ones are fetching higher? In between the two. Let's start with that. Ripe bananas versus unripe bananas. What are fetching more at farm gate and also the market?
So basically at the farm gate, the unripe bananas will always take the day, basically because of transportation and the cost. When I talk about the transportation, you cannot carry ripe bananas in bulk, especially when you're going for long distances. By the time you get there, they will be over. They have over ripened. So basically, when you talk about unripe bananas, by the time you're getting there, they will have started ripening.
Okay.
You see the difference from the farm. When you talk about cost, if you buy the ripe bananas from the farm, by the time you get, actually they're going to have a higher price than the unripe bananas at the farm. But then when you go to the market, you will need to add cost to your bananas, because from the farm you bought at a higher price. So when you go to the market, you have to actually sell at a higher price also, which might have a conflict, because the person who bought unripe bananas at a very low cost will go sell to the market at also a lower cost than the person who bought the ripe bananas. So that is the difference when you talk about the farm. What else?
In the market.
In the market. So in the market, basically the ripe bananas take the day, because they have so many jobs, so many different ways of taking bananas, the ripe bananas. Or else, unripe bananas, I basically want to put it, when you go to the market, you have the unripe bananas, you take them raw. Then there are the bananas you take while they're ripe. From the farm, we are talking about, it doesn't matter if they're going to ripen or they're not going to ripen when you talk about unripe bananas. But then, at the same market, at the same farm, when you talk about ripe bananas, are the ripe bananas, not the bananas that will not ripen. So when you go to the market, I want to change that aspect. And it is unripe bananas are the bananas you take raw. And the ripe bananas are the banana...
The unripe bananas?
The unripe bananas are the ones you take raw.
Wait, let me ask you.
The bananas...
I want to understand this. Ripe bananas, are they not the ones that we take raw?
No, there are so many types of bananas.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yes.
Help us understand that.
The bananas which are best for matoke. In matoke, you have to use unripe bananas.
Yeah.
Now you understand.
Yeah.
And there are bananas which basically they can be eaten raw, but they are most preferred eaten ripe.
Okay.
Yes. Are we together up to there?
Okay.
So that is why I'm talking about the market, where we have a change of the whole aspect of ripe and unripe. Where when you go to the market, it's unripe now, the one you take raw, the one for matoke.
Oh, let me ask. Oh.
And now we are together.
For raw, I think in my head, I was thinking the one that we basically use without cooking.
Sorry?
For raw, the one that I was thinking in my head is the bananas that we do take without cooking. Okay, you see the bananas that we take without cooking them. I thought that was the raw bananas that we do eat. Because there's cooked and uncooked, right? Now the uncooked is always the raw.
Okay. That was your aspect.
Yeah, that was my aspect.
On different pages. But it's basically the same thing. So maybe we can put it as you're saying.
Okay.
We have the cooking bananas, the cooked bananas, and then we have the ripe bananas, which are going to be eaten raw.
Yeah.
Now we're on the same page. Okay. So we go to that aspect. The bananas that you will cook, and the bananas that are raw. Now that is okay. It's okay. We'll use yours. So the cooking bananas may go less. The demand for cooking banana is a bit low, compared to the ripe ones,
Okay.
which one you eat raw. Basically, even if I can ask you a question, how many times do you buy bananas for cooking?
How many times do I buy bananas on the streets?
In a week.
In a week? I think I will look in terms of the bananas that I eat. I think close to 4.
4 bananas. 4 times.
4 bananas.
4 bananas.
Yeah.
Now, how many days? How many days do you buy the cooking bananas?
One time.
One time.
Yeah.
What about the
How
ripe
much was
bananas?
maybe?
The raw ones.
Actually, you give me an idea. I think today I should buy them. I think.
So actually, many homes they buy the ripe bananas.
Yeah, true.
A lot.
True.
Compared to the matoke bananas.
Yeah.
So basically, that is the same thing. That is the demand. You will see in the market, the matoke bananas will not go as fast as the raw bananas, the ripe bananas. Yes.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yes. And so there's a difference between the farm and the market.
Okay. Okay. So basically now, from of course now we have bought from the farm, and now we have now the ripe bananas at hand. What are some of the things that we can create from ripe bananas?
Depends.
because what's on our screens right now are slides of bananas that are ripe, more so ripe. They are also byproducts of ripe and unripe bananas. And it's quite interesting once you talk about the same, because I think, as you said, we've been using more of the raw bananas or the ripe bananas, I would want to say, in our homes.
Yes.
And we rarely buy the unripe bananas. But we have never explored the world of possibilities of ripe and unripe bananas. So today we want to talk about the same. And actually, even before we can even take to the market, tell me, when is the right time to even, harvest these two types of bananas, the ripe and unripe?
There are different ways of knowing for each. There are bananas that need to be harvested when they have started ripening. And they have started ripening because they take a bit longer to ripen. And then there are the ones where they start turning yellow. They don't take long. So you need to be very cautious. You need to check on your bananas regularly, so that you may make sure which one at what time. Okay. Basically, if you look at the large farms, even the small farms, each week they harvest bananas.
Yeah.
Each week they harvest bananas. So basically, during that weekly regular routine, you get to understand different bananas, and you look at them and you see which one is getting close to maturity, and then you can know maybe by next week they'll be ready, they'll be mature. And there are basically very few aspects you check. There are bananas which start with a dark green color, and then during maturity they have started turning a little bit of light green. So that is one way of knowing. But then there are others where the end part of it you check and they can tell you this banana is mature.
John, when I was doing my research, and this one I'm ambushing you, I did notice that Kisumu offers the least in terms of pricing of bananas, ripe and unripe either. Why? Why would you think so? According to your own thoughts, you've been there.
Wow.
Yeah. Is it that the consumption is a little bit low, or maybe there is an excess of production, or what?
I don't think it's the excess in production, but this is new to me. I didn't know they were the least in terms of prices.
It's quite interesting. One interesting thing that I did find out is that Kisumu buys on trunk amount of bananas or for 200 shillings. one tranche.
Okay.
In Nyali, they sell one tranche for 800 shillings. So you can imagine. So the thing was, why don't you buy from Kisumu and then go sell in Nyali?
But maybe that is.
Do our friends in Kisumu eat much of the bananas?
I can say not really.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. There were bananas because I used to eat them. I cannot say that there was no bananas. Actually, from my school, I used to go more to the side of Vihiga because that was the nearest town you could go do shopping. So and they had bananas. They actually grow bananas as staple food basically. And they do a bit well there because of the weather conditions. So about Kisumu, let me not say much about it.
Actually, no worries.
Let me not say much about it.
I think this one we're going to just throw it to our viewers from Kisumu.
Yes, please tell us why.
Friends from Kisumu, our very own from Kisumu. Why don't you tell us what's happening to a banana market in Kisumu? Because it was quite an interesting finding that Kisumu is fetching a quarter of what Nyali is doing. I can try to imagine that Nyali, there's some tourism attraction, any activity happening, and there's a number of people who might be interested in that. But I really understand the logic behind Kisumu offering one of the lists. But of course, well, also if you're a farmer, I think that will be even better for an experience, of course. So kindly pass to us your comment, of course, right down there at Africa Farmers Media Facebook. Of course, Africa Farmers Club on Facebook. Also. You can also on YouTube, it's Africa Farmers, also want to go to our Twitter handle, it's Afarmers Media.
With a Z, don't forget.
With a Z. Afarmers Z.
And we usually forget the underscore.
Hey,
people go look for our farmers and they're like, we can't find it.
Absolutely, tell them. I think you want because people told us talk about it.
I think it's at Afarmers with a Z and an underscore.
Yes.
Both Instagram and Twitter.
Okay.
We forget the underscore, and it's very crucial. If you don't have it, you won't find us. You won't find us.
Be invisible.
Yes.
It's in a kind of situation.
Yes.
Now, one thing that, of course, we are talking about is to have quality bananas during the period of, selling off your bananas during harvest also. One of the best things to do is treat your seeds way before, of course, if you're buying the seeds themselves, treat them way before you can actually think about planting them. There are different ways of planting bananas. I was told that. More of us do just go in Itoje,
I've forgotten the name.
I don't remember the name too, but of course you go. They just grow.
It's like a seedling. It's like a seedling.
Yeah, exactly. With a seedling, just go do that. And once, of course, you do treat the seed. You can use a seedling by itself. Kale seedling Kenya. But then people are doing so much. Actually, I think we should explore the topic of I think in a different show because we do talk about the money aspect. We do love money.
Of course.
But then the science of growing the bananas, we're going to explore that. But more about the same and more above the same. Right now farmers are planting, and they are, doing so much in the middle of so much rains that are happening. Do you know the cases of flooding that have already been reported?
Yeah, I saw that.
You've seen that, right?
Yes, I saw that.
Yeah, actually I did find out that even in Ukraine, there are floods also. And I'm asking, oh man, wow. Even, okay, there's a geopolitical war, there's a geopolitical war happening, and then the floods, people are being killed, being carried away, and wow, we can only pray for Ukraine.
Yeah, we can only pray for it.
Yeah.
It's sad to some point. Basically, it's a country we look up to in terms of so many things, and them experiencing floods also. It's also let me not say encouragement to us who are also going through the same. But I think it's supposed to be something to push us and be better than the European countries to some point.
Or is I think one thing that is constant in our flooding situations is that we are also, guaranteed to see waterlogging cases in our farms.
Yes.
And one of the best ways to ensure that your crops are not stressed because of the waterlogging cases is ensuring that yes, they are taking up enough water. They're also not losing out nutrients.
Yes.
And one of the best products that you can use out there during this period where there are more than enough rains that are coming in actually is prepare yourself with one of the best products in the market, Mega KLP from Omnia Nitrology.
Yeah.
So that ensures that once your root fast is taking up enough water.
Yes.
And at some point also photosynthesis might be affected by such extreme conditions.
Yes.
So it does help, even the leaves continue doing what they do best, and that will ensure that even in the plant in the harvesting season, when the rains are far since they did leave us, and now it is time to now harvest. Well, no one will be there to say, oh, but hey, your crops didn't do well during the rainy season.
Yes.
So you can always ensure that you are preparing yourself with Omega KLP from Omnia Nitrology. You can also to acquire this product, you can ask, the agrovet nearest to you. Above that, you can also visit the social media platforms at Omnia Nitrology East Africa, or Omnia East Africa, and ask what you need to ask. Understand the art of how Omnia's Mega KLP does help, in curbing the cases of waterlogging.
Yes.
Of course, that message has been brought to you by the one and only Omnia Nitrology. They say they understand the science of growing.
Yes.
Absolutely. We take a short commercial break. We'll be back with more about the specific byproducts and products that you can come up with by just having your bananas at your hands. Of course, yeah.
A nursery bed is a small area of a yard or garden that's used for growing certain selected plants. The goal of a nursery bed is to grow young plants to a certain size at which they can be easily transplanted. A nursery bed can also be used to evaluate plants to see if they are worthy of planting in the larger garden, to observe their growth, habit, and color, or watch them for pests and diseases. A nursery bed is especially helpful for vegetable gardeners practicing succession in planting, in which a steady supply of fresh produce is maintained. Eggplant is a popular versatile vegetable that is glossy and purple in color. When it's cut, you will find a meaty white flesh dotted with small clusters of beige seeds. The unripe fruit is consumed as a cooked vegetable. Eggplant is a multitasker that can take on different and delicious forms. Eggplants are a great source of vitamins and minerals.
Sukuma wiki ni aina ya kabichi isiyoumbwa kichwa na inayoliwa sana katika Afrika ya Mashariki, hususan nchini Kenya. Inatengenezwa kwa kutumia majani mabichi yanayopikwa. Lakini sukuma wiki inaweza kutengenezwa pia kwa kutumia aina nyingine za majani yanayofaa kupikwa.
A very warm welcome back, of course, to to of course the second half of this conversation today. We're talking about value addition on bananas. You've done research on them.
A bit of it.
A little bit of it, of course.
Yes.
And of course, I saw somebody tell us that the English word for, of course, the the trunk of bananas inaitwa mgomba.
No.
Oh, the mgomba.
I think.
Yeah.
It's the whole thing. What about the whole banana? What is holding the branches?
Okay.
Because mgomba is the tree.
Oh, mgomba is the tree.
Yes.
Wow. Okay.
Mgomba is the tree. And I think I think we also call it a trunk. I cannot really recall. Yes. But I think we used to call it the trunk. Yes.
All right. Fair enough. Of course, we've been talking about bananas in the market and at the farm gate, and we have seen that unripe bananas do fetch more money, of course, compared to the ripe bananas at farm gate. But then, ikifika kwa market, the ripe bananas do fetch more money than the unripe bananas, basically because of the how delicate the ripe bananas are, and the risk that is involved. So, of course, right now we want to talk about value addition for specifically ripe bananas. In your studies, under your book.
You really like using this.
Joanne, under your book.
And you make me feel so nice about it. Yes.
So, of course, in ripe bananas, what are some of the products that you can have out of ripe bananas?
Let me start off by dividing the stages. There's the ripe bananas and the overripe bananas. There is a difference. And there are different ways of dealing with both, so that we can now maximize. Where you are telling me you didn't understand what maximizing is.
Yeah.
Maximizing is making sure you use everything. Yes, and actually get profit from everything. Okay. Yes. So when you talk about the ripe bananas, there are different ways. You can actually eat the whole banana. You can actually mix it with other fruits to make pudding. What else? What else do you do with your banana?
Of course, I did find out that you can...
The ripe banana, not the overripe banana, because I know that is where you are going. We discovered that with you, so we are not yet there. So
of course, fair enough, you can make juice out of it.
Yes.
And juice can also, you can add some pudding next to the juice. You can also make pudding, no pudding, sorry, but a smoothie.
Yeah, smoothie, yes.
Smoothie out of the juice, out of the bananas. You can also dry them.
Yes, you can also dry them. Those are the ripe bananas.
Yeah, those are the ripe bananas.
Then we can go to the overripe bananas.
Okay.
Juice you can actually make with both. But what happens when you bought the bananas for your kids and they ate to their full and then they have not eaten for let's say 3 days to 4 days, and the bananas are over ripening. So what do you do with those bananas? Because I understand most people throw them away or give to the cattle or goats, to the animals, to the livestock, that is. But then there are other ways of doing it. You can actually make juice from them, and maybe smoothie also. Actually, you can also make smoothie. You can also blend them. Actually, people blend them and use them for pancakes, for cakes, for cookies. Depends. whichever makes your day. You can use bananas for that. What else? You can also make jam. Jam with the overripe bananas. Instead of throwing them away, you can actually now maximize. You can also make sure till the last banana you're making profit from it. It's not going to waste. Yes. So what else?
You can make pastries.
Yeah, you can mix basically that is where we talked about pancakes and cakes.
Yes.
But then we actually have flour.
Flour.
Yeah, we have
Yeah.
flour,
Uh-huh.
which can also be used to make pastries.
These are ripe bananas.
Yes,
Wow.
you only add
Interesting.
you only add flavors to it, and then you can make your bread, your cake. Yes.
John, just tell our audiences what you told me while we were researching this, because because I remember you said something about the pastries and what you miss so much about the pastries. Banana pastries are so sweet
Yes.
for you,
Yes.
even without the sugar.
Without the sugar, you only add the flavor. I usually add vanilla, and that's it. I don't add sugar
Oh,
to
wow.
my pancakes.
And you're ready to go.
Yeah, they're very sweet. Basically, I really don't like extra sugary things, because I feel like the banana itself has added enough sugar. So I feel like by the end of the day you already have sugar
Okay.
through the bananas, and especially when the bananas are going to that stage of being overripe, that means there's also the aspect of a bit of fermentation, and there's that taste. So when you add sugar, it's okay. There are people who like it like that, but that's not me. I just prefer it without sugar. Yes.
All right. Above that, it's quite interesting what I also found out.
Please do share.
Okay. Two things, guys. Two things. First, you can make crepes, banana crepes,
Yes.
and they're very easy to make. That was the most interesting thing.
Yes.
And the video is also up on the screen, as you can see it right now. It's really interesting what you can do. You know,
Yes.
unaweza kata ndizi, the ripe banana. We slice. You know, you just slice it, and then deep fried, and you have it. That's a
happens.
crepe right there. Actually, today I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it intentionally. Yeah.
Yeah, please do carry some tomorrow. Yes.
No, okay. Again, ladies and gentlemen, everything that I do for my house.
I
I was told they
Don't
don't
be-
slap.
don't be
I was told that they don't slap so much. Okay, crepes. Hey, watu, we are told so much. I was told that crepes, banana crepes, do not slap sana kama ni homemade, as slap sana kama za streets.
But the only thing you need to do is slice them. Not the big slices, the small slices. Ili mafuta ingie ndani.
Also the narrower, the thinner, of course.
The crispy it is.
Yeah, the crispy it is.
Yes.
Oh. Hey.
You've never made
Never
potato
done
crisps.
that. I've never done that.
Hey, Brian.
I've never done that.
But it's okay. I understand.
Eh,
But
okay.
also on the same note, we have fried bananas, ripe bananas. That is, there's a specific banana. I've forgotten the name. There's a specific banana, and does not grow like the rest. Actually, you see how they are arranged in a bunch. Hii inakuanga tu ovyo tu. Like the bunch, vile inakuanga imejipanga. So for that specific banana, inakuanga imejipanga. Inakuanga tu imejigawa. And they are very nice when you fry them. Enda kwa any hotel, uambie they give you the fried ripe banana.
Oh wow.
Yes.
Wow.
Very sweet, and they are yellow.
They're
My
yellow.
friend,
Eh,
they slap.
ninakwambia kuja hapa wewe. Where have you been all this lifetime?
Yes, they're very sweet. They're very nice. Yes. Basically, try them. Especially if they have matured well. They are very nice. They are very sweet. Yes.
All
And
right.
then they bring the aspect of the salt, the sour, the fried thing. Yeah. Hey Lord, I feel like going home and eating some.
All right. Let me ask you. Out of these byproducts that we've been talking about, smoothie, crepes, pastries, you know, even eating all either way, the whole of it as a banana, pudding, drying them out, creating juice out of them. What is homemade?
Homemade.
What can we do well back at home?
Basically everything. Everything. With the bananas, you can do it at home. What is it you cannot do at home? You can make juice at home. You can make pudding at home.
Okay.
You can make pancakes at home and cakes and whatever else you want. You can make crepes at home.
Yeah.
You can fry the bananas at home. What else? There's nothing else that you can't do.
Okay, the only thing I think you cannot do.
Yeah, I'm waiting for you.
Right
I'm waiting
here.
for that point.
Okay, guys, this goes out to those farmers who always want to enjoy their weekend. Do you think I'm building up from so far?
No, I think you're on the right track. I can feel it.
All right, guys, I'm sure in one of those slides you've duly noted, and I think you can believe your eyes that you can also, you can also make beer, beer out of bananas.
Let me tell you guys, when Brian actually discovered you can make beer out of bananas. Hey Lord, did you see the glow? He's been happy the whole afternoon. I'm not sure if he's going to try it today or even over the weekend.
I personally don't take beer. But I don't take beer completely.
Okay, that's nice.
But then I'm here asking myself. I'm trying to put myself in the shoes of somebody who takes beer. And actually, do you know what? It's not so far away that science is being used.
Yes.
Banana beer. It's just here, close to 2 hours away from here.
Okay.
Yeah, in Tanzania. Yeah, they're doing that.
Okay.
They're doing that, and you can just imagine what you can create out of bananas, and how you promote the value chain of bananas. Now that people are not going to just eat bananas, they also need to make pastries out of it, crepes. The more the byproducts, the larger the market.
Yes.
Because of course, the larger the different forms of uptake of these banana products, and that beer comes in. I think Tanzania are doing such a great job. But now my question was, ziushika kweli?
Hey, Brian, that is not a question towards me. You need to ask people who are making it.
Wow.
To go to Tanzania and confirm.
Yeah, all friends from Tanzania, kindly share your experience with banana beer.
Yes.
Because, it's really interesting. I've always known, grapes do make good wine.
Wine?
Until you even told me that, there's also beer from pineapples.
Yes.
Wow. Okay. Wow. Interesting.
Actually, when you boil the cover, when you peel peel the pineapple. Not actually the pineapple itself. You can make fermented beer from it, but the outer cover of it, when you peel the pineapple and you boil it, it's very good for the cold and for the chest.
For the cold.
Yes.
You're boiling.
Yes.
Pineapple peels.
Yes.
Wow.
And it's good for digestion.
Yeah,
Basically, when you have eaten and your stomach is really full, you can take them. Then you can also take pineapples. They're very good for digestion.
Yeah. Yeah.
That is basically the same science, because it's the same fruit.
Now my question is this, Joan. Okay. Are we taking the juice that comes out of the boiled pineapple peels?
Yes.
Okay, yeah. So the juice is okay for
consumption. Yes.
Well,
I'm so glad I'm teaching you so many things.
Okay, can I tell you one thing, Joan? I'm bad at nutrition. I don't know anything about nutrition. Okay. So I'm always learning by any chance that I do get. So every day that I'm talking to a lady and they know something about me, so hata wakiniambia, but unajua unaweza chemsha mawe. What you just need to do is add some vanilla, add some strawberry, and then poof, right there. put it under the cold, and you have your cold
Really,
ice cream.
it's an actual thing. I was even taught by a sister because I'm a Catholic.
Wait. What are we talking about, Joanne? Because I need to know that, you know, I need
No, basically it was for treatment.
what?
The water.
Oh, water, the water
Yeah,
itself.
when you boil,
okay,
when
okay.
you boil. Not
Uh-huh.
the beer. Come on. Not the beer. Yeah, when you boil the water, it's very good for the stomach.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow. It's interesting. It might be there a chance that some more of the nutrients that we do peel out
Yes.
are left on the peels.
Yes. Sadly.
And of course, you're not going to eat the banana, the pineapple peels.
No, you cannot eat them.
Oh, there's a friend of mine who has some hotel somewhere, and he has done professional. He cooks professionally, and he has learned for that art, the science of doing it.
Okay.
And he has been doing us chips from bananas. Above that, he doesn't peel them.
Yeah, it happens. I've seen such cases, but I really don't like the taste of the banana peels, so I've never tried it. How was it? Because you have tried it.
Okay, guys, it was really an interesting one.
Okay.
Because once it's fried, it brings in a different taste.
Yes.
And I think one of the biggest creation and one of the best things that ever happened to humanity was the deep frying. Oh, wow.
True. Yes.
Inakushika, Joan. Inakwambia wapi you've been all this time. It slaps you. Yeah, so
hard.
yeah. So wow, these are some of the byproducts we can get out of ripe bananas.
I think after this you'll tell me where that hotel is.
Yeah, okay.
I go try it.
That friend of mine is in Anyuki.
Okay.
But then you know, if John you have a special order, I'm sure he'd be willing to help you out.
We shall talk.
Yeah. So thank you very much, of course, John, because I didn't know about this.
Okay.
You can create juice out of it. You can dry it, and of course, dry it and do the pudding. Those two can apply to overripening bananas.
Yes.
You can create juice out of the overripening bananas. You can create also pancakes and jam, banana jam, out of the overripening bananas. So we're looking into a world where we're trying to maximize on different methods where we can reduce, you know, food wastage.
Yes.
You know, we're advocating for zero food wastage. Selling them while they're whole. Of course, we've been doing this for a long time.
Yes.
And inafika point where you unachoka. But then these bananas do bring us vitamin, is it K? They have potassium, big time potassium.
Yeah.
Of course, right there. Of course, also you can make pastries out of that. Pastries, more of cakes.
Yes.
Man.
Bread.
Hey, so you people, the more you talk about it, the more the urge for eating these comes in. And I'm trying to think, there's maybe even bread that comes out of bananas
there's
too.
Bread.
There's bread too.
Yes.
And you can feel the taste of bananas inside there.
Yes.
Wow. Oh, and then here goes my favorite. You can create beer, guys, out of bananas. Oh, you know, wow, you know.
You need to take a trip to Tanzania.
Hey, my friend. Now the problem is, okay, just wanna see it.
Yes.
I can say you're not so sure. Are you going to drink it?
You can test it. It's not
can
the
test
same with taking. It won't change anything.
So we should maybe one day.
Yeah, we should go.
Mr. Noah, umesikia kenye tumeambiwa hapa. So provide, of course, provide the ability for us to go to you know. But then way above that, of course,
Yes.
I will be willing to see Mr. Noah Tunde naye. He's a man who always tries to experiment so much.
Yes.
That guy has done so much. We're going to talk about that later when he's willing to come on this show and talk about it. But again, as you can see on the screens, you can also make potato crepes, banana crepes.
Banana crepes.
You can do smoothies out of it.
Yes.
And today I feel like a monkey in charge of bananas. If I'm going to create crepes out of oh wow. I can't wait to end this show and then go try it out.
If you actually do it, take photos then. If you want to bring some, take photos.
Hey,
we need to see.
What a time I could pick a picture. Johan, you guys don't get it. You're not getting it. Okay, so we're going to do that absolutely. And of course, Johan, this is what you can do out of the ripe bananas. As the screen, what is running on the screens are the slides of ripe bananas and what we can do with them. Absolutely. While they're in the farm, from the farm, and also right here. And our ancestors, I'm told, way before, things came and changed, and now we're depending on fertilizer from Ukraine and Russia. They were using banana peels as fertilizer.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think we found out that together when we were doing the research.
Yeah, Joan. Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, I cannot deny that. Yes, guys.
Yeah, when we were looking for other ways, basically adding to the list that we have.
Yeah.
But people still do that.
People still do that?
Yes.
Okay.
Now they do it in form of compost. Yeah, compost. Where you let them decay and rot. Then you mix with the manure from the livestock.
Yes.
Take it to the farm.
And talking about value addition on a lighter note, Joan, before we can take a short commercial break, when we were boys, we also did some value addition on banana peels.
Hey, Lord.
Guys, of course, before we can take a short commercial break, Joan, yeah, sorry. Yeah, I don't know what you're thinking.
Yeah, please tell me. What did you do with the banana peel?
Joan, it's my job to do this mention because wow, it's going to pay my bills today. Of course, Joan, in any type of farming, pesticides are always very important, and how you handle them is very key.
Yes.
And this happens, for example, when we have such a period where there are so much rains.
Yes.
And most of these pests that had, sunk and dug deep into our soils are not coming out. And they might be looking into doing something to your crops right now. So one of the best things to do is always ensure that you manage your pesticide right.
Yes.
So once you go buy pesticide from your nearest agrovet, always ensure that there is a label, a very good label,
very
clear
important,
label
yes.
that is written on it, and first it has the right qualities and quantities,
yes.
right? And of course, way above that, always ensure it has an expiry date. This ensures that it's going to be effective as the manufacturer has quoted.
Yes.
Above that, there's also a batch number.
Yes.
That can ensure there is some accountability in terms of traceability too, and so that you are not sold counterfeit pesticides out there.
True.
Way above that, you should have instructions written on it, and so that the day that you're not there, or even when you're there, you can know how to use it, or even the person that you're going to live to can know how to use it.
Yes.
So this is also where they say, dawa bora mazao bora. The best way that you can use your pesticide will give you maximum output, for the result that you want to have out of using the pesticide. At the end of the day, you're going to of course maximize on your profit margins. They say cheap is expensive, right?
Yes.
So let's always make sure that we are paying attention to how we're using a pesticide.
I think there's something we forget when you talk about pesticides. What are you wearing?
Yeah.
Also matters.
Yeah,
make sure you have protective gear when you're using the pesticides, because also your health as a farmer should also come first.
Yeah.
Yes.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you, John, for bringing in that point. And once you're back, I'll tell you how we used to do value addition on banana peels.
I can't wait.
While we were small boys.
Wait.
But guys, that message has been brought to you by Markup in conjunction with, of course, Unido. They say dawa bora mazao bora. Please ensure that you're using the right amounts and everything that we do every practice that is around the usage of pesticide around our farms. We take a short commercial break. We'll be back with more.
Melon is a trailing vine in the gourd family. The word melon can refer to either the plant or specifically to the fruit. Watermelon is a type of melon that is sweet and refreshing fruit. Watermelons can either be grown on home gardens for small-scale farmers or large-scale depending on the market demand. You can either transplant or plant watermelon seeds directly. For best performance, plant watermelons in hot, sunny locations with loose, fertile, well-drained soil that is rich in organic matter. It is best to plant watermelons on raised rows and ensure that the soil pH is between 6.0 to 6.8. On average, it takes around 3 months for a watermelon to grow from seed to mature fruit, with smaller varieties having shorter growing times than larger varieties of watermelon. Watermelon growing, if done rationally and on a scalable basis, can be a good source of income. Agriculture is the art and science of cultivating the soil, growing crops, and raising livestock. Agriculture provides most of the world's food and fabrics. It is not only a source of food and income, but also creates employment opportunities for many people in the world. Over 1 billion people worldwide work in agriculture, generating 2.4 trillion for the global economy. The global impact of farming on the environment is revealed that 40% of the Earth's land is now given over to agriculture. Agricultural development is one of the most powerful tools to end extreme poverty, boost shared prosperity, and feed a projected 9.7 billion people by 2050. And we, the Afarmers Media, roll the carpet for you as we welcome you to our thrilling farm visits to different farmers that educate and inspire you in different sectors in agriculture. Catch us also on our shows on all our social media platforms as we bring you educative and informative information that will help you learn and guide you on your agriculture journey to success. Our farmers attain knowledge and grow profits.
Mahindi yamekuwa chakula kikuu katika sehemu nyingi za ulimwengu na jumla ya uzalishaji wa mahindi kuliko ile ya ngano au mchele. Mbali na kuwa mahindi ni chakula, pia hutumiwa kutengeneza ethanoli, chakula cha wanyama na bidhaa zingine. Kunayo mahindi ya gume, mahindi ya ganda, yani popcorn, mahindi ya unga na mahindi matamu. Mahindi yanalimwa sana kote ulimwenguni na kiwango kikubwa cha mahindi hutolewa kila mwaka kuliko nafaka nyingine yoyote. Shamba la mahindi linaweza kutayarishwa kwa kutumia njia za kawaida au za kilimo cha uhifadhi. Kilimo cha kuhifadhi ni pamoja na kunyunyizia dawa za kuulia wadudu zilizopendekezwa na wataalamu wa kilimo. Unaweza kutumia trekta au njia ya mikono kufanya kilimo cha mahindi. Ni muhimu kuandaa ardhi mapema ya kutosha kuruhusu magugu kukauka na kuoza kabla ya kupanda.
Pesticides can be very harmful to humans and environment if they're not properly handled. Safe handling of pesticides involves proper selection and careful handling during mixing and application. However, as useful as they are, they're inherently toxic. Here are some ways you can handle pesticides for your own safety, your farms, and the people around you.
We are looking at reduced accumulation of obsolete pest control products in the country as one. We are also looking at the associated conservation of environment and also protection, conservation of beneficial insects such as pollinators and predators, which are used to control other pests.
Before you use the pesticide, read the label and leaflet carefully. Measure the required quantity of pesticide.
You have to have adequate clean water for the mixing. Adequate meaning enough to dilute the pesticide and also enough to do the cleaning of the equipment and yourself after the application. During the mixing process, you are also supposed to be wearing your personal protective equipment or PPE, and this is to avoid exposure to the pesticides.
Applicators and handlers need to wear appropriate personal protective equipment specified on pesticide product labels by pictogram. In hot and humid climates, the wearing of additional protective clothing may be uncomfortable, and pesticides should therefore be applied during the cooler hours of the day. Care should be taken not to touch any part of the body with gloves while handling pesticides. Avoid spillage and prepare spray fluid in well-ventilated area. Do not eat, drink or smoke when handling pesticides. Check the spray equipment before use for any leakages and accurate delivery of spray solution. The nozzle should be directed to the side, away from the body. This prevents applicators walking into the spray cloud or recently sprayed foliage. Inspect equipment regularly for leaks. Leaking equipment should be repaired and the skin should be washed after any accidental contamination. While applying pesticides, be sure to follow application instructions precisely. More is not better. Unnecessary and/or incorrect application can result in exceedance of maximum residue levels, which can make the produce unmarketable.
All consumers want to eat safe food. So whenever there is an issue of what we call exceedance of pesticides, or what we call maximum residual levels of a particular pesticide, then what happens is that the market becomes very concerned because they want to assure their consumers that they are eating safe food, which basically is healthy. And then what they will do is that they are going to discontinue the supply of the products that you're exporting.
In contrast, responsible and correct pesticide use following good agricultural practices protects the crop and keeps residues within acceptable limits required for sale. Incorrect application of pesticides can damage the crops and have a negative effect on human health and the environment.
The vision is basically to ensure that we can bring as many farmers to understand the importance of safe use of pesticides, to understand the institutions that are involved in regulation of pesticides, to understand that pesticides, when used well, will support production or increase production, and more importantly, the risks associated to the environment from pesticides.
Once you've finished applying the pesticides on target crops, empty the spray tank completely after spraying. Spray any remaining spray mix on the ground of the treated crop. Triple rinse and puncture the empty pesticide containers and place this in a safe place for disposal. Ask your supplier or agro dealer about a collection scheme. Clean the spray equipment immediately after use. Decontaminate protective clothing and footwear through following proper laundering or cleaning instructions. Wash the hands and body thoroughly with soap water. A sprayed field must be marked and unauthorized entry should be prevented. In case of suspected poisoning, please refer to the label for instructions and call the Poison Center on toll-free line indicated on the label. Report the specific pesticide used. Mishandling pesticides could have adverse effects on not only plants but also humans and the environment. Proper care and instructions should be adhered to always. Farmers are advised to attend available trainings on good agricultural practices and pesticide use within their counties to ensure safety while handling pesticides. Remember, proper usage of pesticides increases yields and market access for your produce. Food safety is everyone's responsibility, starting with the farmer. Dawa bora, mazao bora.
Beetroot is a highly nutritious root vegetable. The beetroot is the taproot portion of a beet plant. It is one of the many varieties of the genus Beta vulgaris, all of which are mostly grown for their edible taproots and leaves. Beetroot is a root crop that takes approximately 3 to 4 months to mature. Beetroot is a fairly easy crop to grow as long as the soil is well cultivated prior to planting. Beetroots do not enjoy wet, boggy or shady soils. Beetroot can be sown in trays and transplanted when the seedlings have 2 true leaves. Plant in full sun, space seedlings 10 to 15 centimeters apart, and rows 20 centimeters to 30 centimeters apart so they have room to grow. Beetroots are also ideal for containers or raised beds. Beetroots will happily thrive in small areas as long as there's at least 20 centimeters depth of soil. Beetroot has been used not only for food but also for treatment for numerous conditions.
Welcome back to the final stretch of the, of course, Farm Drive show here at Africa Farmers Media, where we connect, learn, and grow. And of course, today, John, we've been talking about. Why are you laughing?
No, I am waiting for a certain story. I've been waiting for a very long time.
Yeah, John is really happy about this fact that there are various ways of doing value addition to your bananas, right? And John, we've been talking about what you can create out of your bananas, ripe bananas. And actually, before we can talk about that small story of ours, it is time that we talk about unripe bananas. What you can do with unripe bananas. So one of those things that you can do with unripe bananas is create flour out of it.
Yes.
Once of course you dry them. The banana, it's called the banana pulp.
Yes.
Right? So the green bananas do make flour.
Yes.
Right?
Yes,
And
they do make flour.
Yeah, they do make flour, right? And of course, it's at this moment that I'm thinking, well, with the high costs of, unga, why don't we do something around it? Because if we can create some good flour, and I'm thinking some of our audiences coming all the way from those banana growing areas, well, guys, you can think about something.
I think we need to find out first which kind of flour we are talking about.
Okay.
It can be the porridge flour, the cooking, the corn,
Okay.
yes. Yeah, we need to find out that
We'll
first.
find out that,
Yes.
right? And of course, above that, you can also do some crepes with it,
Yes.
right? And as we were talking about it, we did say that you peel them, then you chop them to small sizes. Mali mafuta inazafikia, then you fry them. And guys, and then funga mlango ili tu. Hakuna mgeni atakuja.
Hey, Brian. No, you need to share glory. Yeah,
right.
Glory needs to be shared. Yes.
And some other people who are thinking of selling them. So we here as farmers, if you're thinking of selling them, why don't you pack and label them?
Yes.
Off to the market.
Yes. That's another process
Yes.
of opening a company or maybe registering a company, because when you start packaging and branding, now you need a name, you need it's now a whole company basically. So that is another story for another day.
But then basically there is a marketing opportunity for this.
Yes.
That's
A very big one. A very big one.
John, you can now finally cook, as we've been happening every day. Cooking, you can cook them raw
Yes.
as they are. Now tell me, John, is there anything interesting that you learned about bananas when you're doing your research on value addition case sample bananas?
Yes. Funny thing is that with value addition, it does not necessarily mean it's money coming into your pocket. It also means money staying in your pocket. Are we together on that?
Okay.
Yes. I was supposed to buy this, but then because of this, I'm not buying it. So that money, it's staying in the pocket and using for something else. So that is part of value addition.
Yeah.
Are we together? Do you know that point?
Yeah.
Or I'm teaching you right now.
Understand?
Yes. Basically, if you were to buy cakes, and you have your bananas, and you have your flour, and you have your milk, your eggs, you can bake your own cake. You can make your own birthday cake for your kids, for your birthdays, for your parties. Basically, instead of actually, the cost of making your own cake might come around, let's say 1,000 for 2 kg cake. But then when you go to the shop, you buy 2 kg cake at maybe 2,500 or maybe 3,000.
Okay.
So basically, there's money you have kept in your pocket.
Okay. Interesting.
Yes.
Interesting, John. And before I can, I want to pull up some of these numbers that I did find during the research, that some bananas are not doing so good in some places. And this is what the market is offering out there. And of course, we did do some research on the current prices of bananas, more of the ripe bananas. And now the commodity. One, I would say, as you said, as a trunk of bananas, has the weight of 14 kgs. Basically, in Nairobi, right now might be selling and should be selling at 620 shillings.
Okay.
In the markets around around Nairobi or within Nairobi. And also its environs. In Mombasa, 500 shillings. Kisumu, 300 shillings. Eldoret, 630 shillings. That's one of the highest numbers. In Nakuru, 500 average. In Malindi, 800. That's the highest. The lowest is in Kisumu. All others are average. The lowest in Kisumu, 300 shillings per trunk. And in Malindi, it's the highest with 800. Sorry. So that's for ripe bananas. That's more the commodity that moves. 14 kgs. 1 kg sells for close to 10 shillings, right? And actually 1 kg sells for should be close to
10 to 14.
Yeah, 10 to 14. And that is at farm gate.
Yes.
But then ukikuja nayo kwa market side, you're going to sell even more, because now what they do is that one trunk, as we said, has something close to 200. 200,
yes.
And once you have 200, right? Once you have 200 times an average of how many? An average of, they're selling 3 at 20 bob.
So actually you divide by 3.
Yeah, divide by 3. Of course, you divide by 3 a little bit, and then that's 60 something.
7. Okay, let's work with 65. Okay.
Let's work with 65. 65 times 20.
Times 20.
Yes, that's 1,300. 1,300 per trunk. That's what they make. 1,300 per trunk.
That is double.
That's double. And if you're in Kisumu, that's close to 4 times.
Yes.
If you're in Nakuru, that's close to 3 times.
Yes.
And it's interesting that in farming, it's not that farming is not profitable. It's the place in the value chain.
Yes.
That you choose to.
Yes. That is the issue. That is the issue. That is why most farmers are not making money, because what most farmers know is, I grow this, someone is going to pick them.
Yes.
I grow this, someone is going to pick them.
Yeah.
And at our Hot Breakfast show, we say, don't be a comfortable farmer. Make sure you know in the market, how much are they selling? If I do it, or maybe I get someone to do it for me, or maybe I do value addition, I make juice. Instead of selling bananas, I sell juice. Instead of selling my bananas, I dry them and package them. Maybe I do pudding, maybe I do jam, depends. How much more will I be making? Yes. So as a farmer, we are saying don't be a comfortable farmer. Make sure you know what else can I do with my products, with the what I'm growing. What more can I do about it? Yes.
Okay. Absolutely.
Because I think if farmers actually did these calculations, these mathematics, they will actually start maybe getting more involved in the value and supply chain of bananas. Yes.
Yeah, because I'm trying to think, if you're selling at least 2 or 3 trunks per week, maybe of bananas, you're close to, and if you're selling them off to maybe at the retail prices, not the wholesale price, at the retail, you're making close to, if you're selling 3, you're making close to 4,000 shillings. 4,000
shillings.
About 4,000 shillings.
Yes.
And if you're doing serious business, you're making more.
Lord.
And what some of the activities inside the value addition chain is transportation.
Yes.
You can think about storage. Of course, you're not going to sell them off within 1 day. Storage. And I'm trying to think that in the storage bit of it and even the transportation bit of it, you're going to suffer some logistical, of course, costs.
Yes.
There. But then it's what we call the opportunity cost.
Yes.
Selling off at the farm gate, comparing to selling off,
in the market.
In the market.
Yes.
You're going to suffer some opportunity cost.
Yes.
But then way above that, value addition has always been one of the best things that farmers need to do.
Yes.
But then even in the smallest capacity that you as a farmer is in, you can do value addition in bananas.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's as simple as, wow, I didn't know, crepes, you can just peel, you know, slice them,
Yes.
deep fry them, package and sell off. Just like that.
But make sure you know the type of banana you're buying.
Also, yeah,
Yes.
Because now you also need to now go down into the science of, you know, which bananas are
Yes.
best for.
Yes, for certain things. Yes.
Yeah, so the cooking bananas. Kunazo mzuri za via nyingine. Kunayo nilikuwa nasikia inaitwa Kampala.
Matoke.
Matoke.
Yes.
Right? And well,
I actually have a few ideas in my mother tongue, but let us not do it.
But then, which one is always sweet for cooking?
For cooking. Basically, I don't like matoke, but I hear, should I really do this? Gedhumo. Have you ever heard of it?
Noted, but then
Yeah.
we've heard about it today.
Yeah. Yes. I hear it's very good for matoke.
Can you describe it physically?
It's okay. Let me not do that.
Okay. I'm trying to think because those two bananas when see too kubwa sana.
They're not as long.
They're not as long.
Yeah. And they're not as big per se. Yeah. They're in between.
They're in there.
Yes.
And I think there are quite a few in the market. And actually, I did notice that I've been buying more of them. I never knew that. Until I noticed that, but the taste is quite an interesting one compared to nyingine refu. So nyingine refu, for example, in pain, ikuwa gitamu vile. Okay, it's interesting. But maybe it can be used in different places. But then ako kadogo kwanza ungoje tu karipen kanakani kanataka kuripen lakini akaja ripen kabisa and then to deep fry. Hey, why have you been all this time? It slaps you. But then John, before we can come to the close of this show, of course, the close of this topic in specific before, do you have any final words about this banana topic?
Only that as farmers we need to actually maximize on our products the whole process of how you actually grow your crop, how you transport it to the market, the harvesting period that is, and then you transport it to the market. Before even you transport it to the market, do you need a very good storage facility for them? Or do you need a very good and a conditioned transport vehicle? And then you need to understand the market itself. Where is it best to sell your products, and how much will it cost? When you talk about opportunity cost, how much will it cost to get to that market and actually get a store for selling your product? Or maybe if it's value addition, you need to find the market. You can actually get the juicers or the blenders at home or at the farm. Then you can transport the juice. You need to do a bit of research and know what to do next, how to add or to increase money in your pocket using your products. Basically, that is it. And we have so many examples of banana value addition. So you cannot say ati hizo zinakuanga tu mbili na mimi zilinishinda. We have more than actually 10 ways of adding value to your product, and very simple, everything you can do at home. So you do not have that big excuse of maybe I need this big machine. No, kwani creeps, you don't really need the big machines. Hivyo tu.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you, Luan. Thank you, John. And of course, now we go to, the last 10 minutes of this show. We get to talk about the AOBs.
Hey!
Alright, now, the AOB of this conversation today, we always look into the news that's happening around the country, even globally. I know one of the latest news that we've been receiving is that the fact that High Court has validated the enactment of Political Parties Amendment Act 2021, says that there was substantive public participation. Of course, there was some challenge with the Political Parties Amendment Act 2021. And do you remember your MPs fighting, in Parliament just a few months ago?
Yes.
Yeah. They were fighting really big because of, the Political Parties Amendment Act 2021. And it was taken to court under the basis of, with the challenge that there was not enough public participation on it. But now the High Court has said that, they can validate now the enactment of the Political Parties Amendment Act. Now what your MPs did fight for is finally about to be set. Of course, another news that did come is that 5 soldiers, KDF soldiers, and it's called MONUSCO or Command, killed 5 militants belonging to the IS CAP terror group in eastern DRC Congo. Wow, it's I'm trying
Congo.
to think in Congo. Of course, did you know that part of the bilateral agreements that Kenya does sign is also and also part of the I would say trade block trades that we are in, trade blocks that we are in. Part of the agreement that is always there is some collaboration within the member states that they can, give some militia collaboration.
Oh, okay.
So against a common enemy that might be affecting the region. And of course, one of the latest countries that did join the EAC, of course, which is DR Congo. There's some it's called ISCAP, but some would say ISCAP, or ISCAP terror group. Of course, our very own guys, our very own boys, KDF soldiers, have killed at least 5 militants belonging to the terror group. These terror groups are very bad because, you know what they've done to our countries, our neighbors, Nigeria's very sad cases about the same. And now, under the ongoing dramatic political parties primaries, where ODM primaries, about the ODM primaries, where newcomer Joshua Oron has won the Kisumu Central ODM parliamentary ticket with quite a sizable number, which is 6,848 votes. Now the incumbent MP Fred Ouda. Do you know Fred Ouda?
No, I don't.
So he's an MP, he's the current MP or the incumbent for Kisumu Central. Now has come in second with 5,362 votes. Hey, John, I told you one thing. Hii siasa ya huu mwaka itashtua watu. It's gonna scare people. You know that thing of kupanga watu pale chini kwa ground or nini? You're gonna know.
People will know they don't know.
Hey, this year, I want to promise people, from my own understanding, covering these political stories and things around, things will change. And we already saw that in the UDA primaries, where I think 21 MCAs out of I think 25, out of I think 30 somewhere, walipelekwa nyumbani wote. You know what a party ticket does in a stronghold? It gives you one foot in. The other foot now you're left with it. What you're voting to 9th of August, upon utapigania. Lakini here.
But I think they are having nominations again.
Yes, some of them are going to have nominations.
Yes.
But then in that,
on Friday.
In Bomet, I think it's Bomet County or in Nandi County. MCAs wote walibebwa na they're not going to be repeats on the same. Kauli mogo. And it does show how there's a big disconnect in between our politicians and the people.
True.
There's a big disconnect. The
True.
good thing is that, at the end of the day, well, the will of the people always wins. Yeah. So another story that did also break earlier today is that Ruth Odinga, who is the sister to Raila Odinga, says has won the ODM ticket in Kisumu women rep with 23,665 votes. Now her closest rival or competitor was Dr. Rose Kisia, who got close to half, not so far from half. 13,999 of course votes or ballots. So well, it's interesting. We might be seeing, well, some if things go as they are here right now. Some people have been saying that Adrian Azona, sister and brother yake wakiwa at the national leadership, but again, it's always left to the voter and the people who is watching us. And now to the story that broke last night. I don't know where you live from. I don't know how many counties you passed to want to be here, but I'm sure Nairobi is one of those places.
Yes.
And now, State House did broker deal yesterday.
Okay.
That ex-Nairobi Deputy Governor, Polycarp Igathe, yule jamaa mwenyewe kufanya kazi yote. Yes. What happened to this deal was Sonko got in, then he had trust issues with Polycarp Igathe, and then he decided to, let him go. So actually it's Igathe who resigned. So now Polycarp Igathe is to be the Azimio Oka Nairobi gubernatorial candidate in Westlands with Westlands MP. Timo Nyonyi as running mate. Quite a few reactions about the same. Some didn't think that Wanyonyi is going all the way, all the way with it. But then Polycarp Igathe, he comes in, and well, they're not going to battle it out with One Kenya Alliance gubernatorial candidate for Nairobi County, Johnson Sakaja. I don't know who is the deputy governor, but well, one thing we know is that we're going to see something. It's coming later.
Yeah, we are hoping for the best. When it comes to politics, I really don't like talking much about it. But yes, it affects me, so I have to follow it up and make the necessary arrangements. And
what are you arranging about?
As a farmer, I need to make the necessary arrangements for my products, for my chicks, for my what else, for my goats, everything. So I need to plan for them. Yes.
All right. Thank you, John, for being part of this conversation today.
Thank you for having me.
Yes. And as always, guys, tukutane pale nyuma ya tent.
Wait, you have a story. I'm still waiting.
Waiting. On bananas, right?
Yes.
Now, well, before we can close up this show, there's always when we were young, tulikuwa tunapenda ndizi sana. Lakini we always ate the ndizi, and then we did Joan. Nataka kusema hii story.
I need to hear it. We need to hear it. Don't we? We need to hear it.
I'm sure every guy out there, I'm proud of you. Holla at you. Every man who has tried to use things as a means of transport. So guys, I'll at you. You're a legend, and again, you deserve yourself a banana.
Yes.
So, John, I know you knew either way, but you just wanted to hear.
Yeah, we needed to confirm. But let me surprise you. It was not a boys thing.
Oh, wait. Pull up. Say what now?
It was not a boys thing.
Oh.
Yes.
So also ladies used to do it?
No, we were not ladies then. We were girls, small girls, enjoying life. Yes.
Wow. Wow.
Sorry.
Sorry. Wow. I didn't know about that, but you girls,
My friend,
you ladies, did you
especially if you grew up with boys as a girl child,
yeah.
you have to behave like them. You have to do things they're doing.
Unapanga ndizi kutoka hapa. Oh. Must like that. Ikifika jioni, my friend, have you ever seen that guy? That small boy. Kwa nyumba ndio umefika.
Mzee wa nyumba.
Kama ndo umefika saa 3:30 ikielekea saa 4. Unajua today we go down either way.
Amekuwa kihepa hii story, lakini lazima aende nyumbani.
Nyaro safi lazima aende nyumbani.
Yes.
And you're going to slide your way to home. So guys, well, thank you very much for being part of this show. I've been your host, Brian Mwenda.
Jan Nyambura.
Until next week, until tomorrow.
Tomorrow, yes.
Yes, we say continue consuming information because it's the difference between you and the person you aspire to be, and most of the farmer you aspire to be. Joan,
Yes.
What else am I going
Please tune in to our hot breakfast show in the morning, 7 to 9. Tomorrow in the morning, yes.
Yes.
For good vibes.
We'll be serving bananas.
We might, if you bring some, when you make them today.
Oh, okay. I'll bring you the bills. You know, for today is a wrap until tomorrow. Yeah.
Yes.